long. And this year has been just... Here, let me get rid of some of these so I can be taken a little bit more seriously. Added the group hug because Luna and Cammy were upset that I didn't have a proper hug Soji. I want to reduce the load of my OBS a little bit. Yeah, this week has been particularly tough. Cammy got herself an early Friday, which was so nice. You know. For Luna and I, anyway, we had like 4 Mondays in a row, and it wasn't exactly fun. And I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter start to, or they kind of had their bad week too. You know, every day we see new people swing by, new VTubers debuting or getting ready to debut, and because they're taking their first steps into the journey, they're kind of struggling a little bit. And then, you know, and then we also had like the auditions for Niji Sanji and Hololive. I tried to be supportive there as much as I could because I've seen so many rounds of auditions and stuff pass by already. And, yeah, there's just been a lot of kind of, I don't want to call them bad vibes. But a little bit of sad vibes, a little bit of downness out there in the world. It's been going around a lot lately. People they're burning out. Even though like the year we're barely, I wouldn't say barely, but we're into the new year, 2022, and it's not exactly looking bright. You know, especially if you look at all the stuff that's happening on the internet. I won't mention specifics, but they're pretty obvious. And there's only so much that, as a comfort streamer, that I can do, even though I want to give as much comfort and then positive vibes as much as I can to as many people as I can, especially to all like the new streamers that are just showing up left and right. And it's kind of sad to see that they're burning out and they're beating themselves up for it because they're not getting the same amount of traction as everyone else. I mean, I've touched on this topic a couple times now. Like, they're the people that have already debuted and they're working their butts off and they're not getting traction, and the other people that are still pre-debut, but because they're so good in their Twitter interactions, they get a lot of followers. But you know, I've already given this speech several times before, and I'll say it again. You know, just don't beat yourself up for it. You know, anyone that's lurking or anyone that comes across this stream within the next 2 weeks before it gets deleted by Twitch. You know, 2022 hasn't exactly been a smooth ride so far, and it's so easy to get lost in the negativity, especially when you don't feel like you're making any headway. Like maybe your current job just sucks and you can't find a new one, or you're a streamer, your channel isn't growing when you're banking on making this your full-time career. In which a lot of people in our friend circle is. They're trying to make it their career, but you're not where you want to be. You're not happy with where you are. You feel like you're stuck in one spot. You know, and you want to be somewhere else. You know, say that you could. What's that one quote from Guardians of the Galaxy? You could snap your fingers and be wherever you are, and I bet you still feel this way. You know, not in the right place. The point is that you can't get so hung up on where you'd rather be that you forget to make the most out of where you are right now. You know, take a break from worrying about things that you just can't control. You know, you're only human, and there's a process to things. You know, there's steps that you have to take. Yeah, you can't just fly there. You know, you gotta trust the process. There's no shortcuts in life. There isn't. I mean, the only real shortcut is having tons and tons of money, but let's be honest, the average person doesn't have enough money to make their dreams come true like that. And those that do often end up pretty miserable. You just gotta remember that all the things that you're doing in your life right now are they're the building blocks for what you're gonna have in the future. And just approach things with positive energy, which is so much easier said than done. If you can't bring positivity to a situation or approach things with a positive mindset, you're just gonna set yourself up for failure. Now, I'm not saying put on a fake smile. It's just a small adjustment to how you look and approach something. Like a wall in your way might just simply be there to teach you how to get around it for the next time that it shows up in the future. Take it as a lesson. And you're not gonna accomplish stuff overnight. If you want to get to Z, you need to start at A and then go through B, C, D, E, F, G, and then the rest of the steps. And you have to go through all the steps. And don't beat yourself up for being only at like F or G when you want to get to Z, where your end goal is, because if all you're doing is going to beat yourself up and start wallowing in despair, you're never going to get there. You're not going to make any headway. You want to be there. You wish you could have been there a long time ago, but beating yourself up is only going to take you even longer. Every single step that you take on your journey is important, including the painful ones. And it will be painful because life isn't simple. Life is not easy, not by a fucking long shot. It's difficult. But that's why you need to remember to enjoy the smaller things in life. Find the laughter and the joy in it. Find the humor, because that's what's going to help you get through it. If you stay focused on the bad things too long, the negative thoughts and whatnot, you're not going to be able to see the stuff that you should be looking at. It's like the classic saying, take some time to smell the roses. And unfortunately, it's sometimes we just can't help but be surrounded by the bad thoughts. We just don't have the strength to fight them off some days. And if you catch yourself kind of having those negative thoughts or spirals, or maybe you just feel like you're not accomplishing anything, and then either for the moment, for the day, or in your life, and just take a moment and pause for just a second and start going over everything in your mind that you have to be grateful for. Not everything that you want, but everything that you already have. Because I can promise you that what you have right now is substantial. You just gotta take a moment to examine everything, and then realize what it is that you do have. All the experiences that you've obtained, little and large, through both the good and the bad times, are worth something, and they can be put to good use. They're like the wall and the lesson. The skills that you've developed and the lessons that you learned. Even through just like streaming alone, especially for all the smaller VTubers or the people that are doing this for the very, very first time. I can guarantee that if anything, after a while, you've become just a little bit more brave than compared to when you first start. Because it takes a lot of guts, a lot of courage to hit that start streaming button and then project yourself out into the world for all of these people to watch and ultimately judge you. And honestly, if you're having those days and moments where you still can't seem to shake those bad thoughts and feelings out of your mind, there's some pretty inspiring words that I listened to by Tom Hanks. If you don't know, he's Woody from Toy Story. But Tom Hanks, that saying is like, "This too shall pass." If you're feeling bad, you're feeling down right now, like you're absolutely just pissed off, you're frustrated, you're upset, this too shall pass. This moment, this day, time is your ally. And if nothing else, just wait. Because you being here right now is, regardless of what sort of situation you're in, you still being here is proof of your strength and the hardships that you've overcome. And I've got all the confidence that whatever it is that you're going through, big or small, you're gonna be able to get through this too, because you're still here. And you're also not alone in this, because you've also got friends. I've no doubt in my mind that you've made some very, very valuable friends, whether it's 1 or whether it's 10. And I always try to make this point in my streams because I never want anyone to start taking their friends for granted like I did when I was young. Even all of it is just one person, because friends are some of the most important things that you could ever have in your life. You don't have to try and stay strong on your own. Friends are there to help you, they're there to support you. Hell, they can be there for us during times that even our family can't be. Vent to us, lean on us. Life doesn't have to be traveled through alone. We'll lift each other up and then carry you on our shoulders if we have to. Yeah, it's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Exactly. Speaking of friends, I'm so ever grateful to the ones that I've made thus far on this journey, ever since I debuted in December. And I don't think that I ever tell you guys enough, how much I just appreciate you, how much I absolutely love you, each and every one of you. Especially the ones that began this journey with me, because they made my life just a little less lonely and dark. So I started with Kazuhiro. Most of you guys know this. He's my best friend I've known my whole life, that I set on this road together with. We had no idea what we were doing, but we just jumped in headfirst together and then just started streaming. I wouldn't have taken my very first step into this VTuber thing without him. And then I have Somnipillar, or Clan, as you girls might remember. Clandestine. I think she's still busy with university and catching up on all her assignments. And hopefully getting sleep, because anytime she catches my streams, it's like 3 or 4 a.m. for her. Yeah, but Clan was my first ever viewer, and she gave me all of the confidence in the world to just keep going, just by showing up and chatting with me. Which in turn made me want to support them as much as I can. And then, of course, we have you two in the chat, Cammy and Luna. Even though I debuted, we debuted before you two did. You were practically there at the start, as the first friends that Kazu and I ever made. We practically started this journey together. All it was just like a week or two of difference. We met just through pure chance. You two are like a 2-for-1 special that I looked out on finding at the supermarket. You make my days so much more bearable. And for that, I absolutely love and adore you two to death. I'm looking at you, Cammy Rollins, Ms. Luna VT. There's a reason that I am your number 1 shrimp. And of course, through you two, we have everyone else that we've met. Like Kay, who's just got the most amazing sense of humor and is so talented with the recorder and the kazoo. We met Jason, the sweetest and most gentle person that I've ever met. The one who gave me my little Shelly. I also met Issa, our little Pomeranian I just want to adopt like a little brother. We've met Levin and so many others. And it's only been a couple of months. That's all it's been. So who knows what else that the future is going to bring, 2 more months down the line. And there's just absolutely no way that could ever properly thank all of you. I wish I had some way to properly thank you, but I don't. So, during my spare time, when I was not working on some of my side projects, I made a little something. Just a small little gift, a memento of the fun times that I've had with you all so far. I could only fit so much into this thing, but I plan on adding more to it one day. So, here's to you all. Because you're not just my friends. You're my familiare. There's still just a little bit more in store. Just you wait. To my dear friends, Kazuhiro Flo, Mezzaluna, Cami Rollins, K-Pen, and everyone else that I've met along the way. Thank you all so much. You're all the best. And thanks for 100 followers on Twitter, even though I don't really think I deserve it. I will see you all next time on Monday for the next stream. You all have a good night now. This has been Soji Aoyama. Thanks for watching my stream.